Children, today we are going to start our new chapter that is called Getting to Know Plants. Before we start, let us find out why do we require to study plant. Actually, plants are the only source of oxygen on earth. They are a major source of food which we eat. They maintain soil fertility. They prevent soil erosion. They cause rain. They regulate the temperature of the earth. They give shelter to animals, insects, and birds, and the list go on. Children, in this chapter, we are going to study following points: types of plants, parts of plants, root system, taproot, fibrous root, shoot system, in which we discuss stem, leaf, and flower. Plants plays a very important role on earth. They provide food, shelter, oxygen to all the living things. Student, we can divide plant on the basis of their thickness of their stem and the place of the origin of their branches. The basis of these points, we classify them into three basic categories. One is herb, second is shrub, and third is trees. Now, what are herbs? Herbs are plants that have green and frail stems. Usually, these are small plants and having very fewer branches. Examples: mint, coriander, bay, rosemary. These are the examples of herbs. Now, going to shrubs. These are the plant with hard but not exactly thick stem. Their branches generally originated from the base of their stem, and these are much taller than herbs but are usually shorter than trees. Now, next category, the examples of shrubs are rose, tulsi, hibiscus, etc. Now, if we talk about trees, trees are the plants which are very tall and have a thick and hard stem. The branches originated from the upper part of the tree and very high above the ground. For example, mango, coconut, and banyan tree. Further, we have two other kinds of plants. They are climbers and creepers. So what are creepers? These are the plants which have soft, weak, and green stem. Hence, they cannot stand straight and instead spread themselves on the ground. Examples: pumpkins, bottle gourd, etc. Now, what are climbers? These are also the plant which have soft and weak stem. Instead of spreading themselves on the ground, they take the support of their nearby object like a wall, a tree, or a stick to climb up. Examples: grapevine and bitter gourd. Children, now if we study the parts of the plant, okay, for studying parts of the plant, we classify a plant into two systems. One is shoot system and second is root system. In root system, we have two types of roots. One is taproot and second is fibrous root. Now, if we talk about shoot system, it consists, the component of shoot system are flower, fruit, stem, leaf, etc. Okay, so we divide a plant into two systems. One is root system, which is usually underground, always towards the ground or gravity. They grow towards the gravity. And the shoot system, that usually grow above the ground. So first we discuss root system. Now what is root system? Root system, basically root is the part of the plant that grows under the ground and moves towards the gravity. Okay, in search of food, in search of water, minerals, roots move towards the ground. There are two types of root, taproot and fibrous root. Taproot. What is taproot? Taproot is a root system which have a single root, which we call primary root, comes out from the seed after germination. Taproots are also known as true roots. And in other way, we can define that it consists of one main thick root growing downward, from which many thin hair-like roots develop. Taproot goes deep into the soil for searching of water and minerals. Examples of taproot are sugar beet, carrot, bean, tea, etc. Now, if we talk about fibrous root, if we go back to see the structure of a fibrous root, you can see that a fibrous root don't have any main root. It consists of dense, equal sized roots that arise from their stem, and the root grows downward, outward from the stem. The root grows downward, outward from the stem, branching rapidly to form a mass-like structure, a shrub-like structure. And fibrous root does not go very deeply into the soil, like lilies, grasses, wheat, rice, etc. Now, we know that there are two types of root, fibrous root and taproot. But what is the function of what is the functions of root? Basically, root attach the plant body to the ground. It provides support to the plant and help in holding the plant firmly in the ground. Root hairs of the plant root hairs absorb water, mineral from the soil and pass it to the stem. Now, stem also store food like carrot and radish. The most important function performed by root are root bind the soil with which otherwise blow away by wind or washed away by water. So basically we can say that root prevent soil erosion. Now we switch to shoot system. Shoot system is the aerial part of the plant body and enables a plant to grow taller, to gain access to energy giving light, and it helps plant to prepare food. As you know that leaves are responsible for food preparation, or they are also known as food factory of the plant. So this is what shoot system's responsibility, to spread them around. It is composed of erect stem on which leaves, flower, branches, birds are attached. Leaves are attached to the stem at a region. These regions are known as nodes. And the gap between the two regions is known as internode. Okay, like this. Now, in shoot system, the first part is stem. What is the stem? Stem supports the upper part of the plant. It carries the water and nutrient need for the growth of the root to leaf, growth of the plant to grow from root to leaf, and food produced by leaves to other parts of the plant. Big trees like neem, mango, peepal, etc. have strong, thick and woody stems. Such stems are known as trunk. Some plants have thick but soft stems, as we earlier discussed. Some plants have weak, soft and green stem, like climbers and creepers. Now, what are the functions of these? birds, flower, etc. Stems transport water and minerals from root to the other part of the plant. It transports food which is prepared in the leaf to different parts of the plant. Now, some stem also store food like sugar cane, potato, gingers. Now, the most important part of the plant is its leaf. Leaves are different. Leaves are of different shape and size. The outer surface of the leaf has a waxy coating which protects the leaf. The flat surface of the leaf is called leaf blade or lamina. It has veins running across within the leaf. Tiny openings at the lower surface of the leaf is known as the stomata, which help in exchange of gases. Stomata can be seen only under microscope. And the point, petiole, a stalk-like structure by which the leaf is joined to the plant body. Now, this is the structure of a leaf. As you can see, this is called petiole, the stalk-like structure through which the leaf is being attached to the stem, and the leaf blade flat structure, waxy coating structure is known as leaf blade or lamina. The lines running through throughout the leaf is known as veins. This is the structure of a leaf. Now, what are these lines called? These lines are called veins. Okay, and the pattern in which these veins are arranged is known as venation. Okay, the arrangement of veins in a leaf is termed as venation, like parallel venation and reticulate venation. Then what is parallel venation? To understand parallel venation and reticulate venation, let us see a diagram. That is the diagram where reticulate and parallel venation. As you can see, first we discuss about parallel venation. As you see, the lines, the veins are arranged parallel to each other from equal distance. They are from equal distance. Okay, this venation is known as parallel venation. Okay, parallel venation is said to exist when the veins are running parallel to one another. Okay, and in that leaf, reticulate venation, the veins forms a net-like shape on either side of the matrix. So this is called reticulate venation. If we go for the examples, reticulate venation is found in banyan tree, bamboo, tulip. They have parallel venation, whereas reticulate venation is found in peepal, neem, rose. These plants have reticulate venation. Now, what are the functions of the leaf? Leaves are the part of the plant where food is made, means kitchen of the plant. That's why leaves are also known as food factory of the green plant. Okay, chlorophyll is the pigment present in the leaf that is responsible to trap solar energy, and in presence of water, carbon dioxide, they produce sugar and oxygen. The whole process is known as photosynthesis. Leaves gives out oxygen in the process of photosynthesis, which is being used by all living beings for their survival. Some leaves are also modified to store food, such as cabbage, mint, etc. That's all for today. Further, we discuss in the next video.